This trip was inspired by a YouTube video from the Flying Doodles YouTube channel. Back in 2019, they were taking a Phenom 300 from Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas to bring some pet supplies, things like dog beds and dog food and cat stuff, to Breland Animal Rescue, which is a really great organization in the Bahamas that was taking in all these homeless pets after the hurricane. And so they were in big need of supplies, and a lot of general aviation pilots donated their time and their money to fly their planes to the Bahamas to bring them these supplies. So this is a simulation of one of those flights. This is in the Diamond DA-62, which is a interesting plane as it has twin Mercedes A-Class engines remanufactured by Austro. So these are turbo diesels, water-cooled, 4-cylinder, 2-liter engines. And because these are car engines, they generate most of their torque closer to 4,000 RPM, whereas aircraft engines generate most of their torque at 2,000 RPM or so. And so these require a reduction gearbox so that the props turn at a more appropriate speed for general aviation props. So let's see how this trip started. Back here at Fort Lauderdale, we finished pre-flighting here at Shelter. This is one of the FBOs here, the other being Signature, just around the corner. So let's start up the engines. So we're back in the cockpit. Let's turn on the electrical master. You can hear the hydraulics running for a few seconds. Here's our engine monitor. So let's start up the left engine. So turn on the left master. Grip prop. Let's take a look at the oil pressure. Looks like we're good there. Let's get the door closed. And turn on the right engine master. We are clear. So these engines start up a lot differently from regular aircraft engines. Alright, let's turn on our avionics. Okay, now let's get our flight plan in. Okay, let's take the procedure. Select our departure procedure, which is Beach 5. Enter. Runway 10 right. Enter. So that takes us out to Bama. After Bama, we have Zolgo. Okay, and then we go to Mike Yankee Echo Hotel. It's our destination airport. Echo Hotel. And put in a procedure, our approach. With the RNAV 7, enter. Using the Zolgo. Intercept. Enter, enter. So that's our whole flight plan in. Let's review it here. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Runway 10 right. As we go through our departure to Bama, to Zolgo. Then we get to our approach procedure, which is Zolgo to Jeddah, Lobny, and then our runway. Alright. Let's turn on some lights. And let's taxi to runway 10. We'll use a live map to help us here. So there we are at Shelter. And we're going to 10 right. So we'll make a U-turn and go here and do our run-up. So parking brake off. Those twin nostrils are really smooth. Now to do our run-up, we first test the ECUs by first switching ECU A. Engine still running fine. ECU B. Back to auto. Then ECU A on the right engine. ECU B. Back to auto. Now to do the run-up, you just need to push a button and hold it down. So you see ECU A fail, then it'll switch to ECU B fail. Run up on the left engine is done, same for the right. ECU A fail. ECU B fail. Okay. That looks good. Let's turn on landing lights. Turn on pitot heat, 1 notch of flaps. Okay, runway heading is 96. So let's set that. Heading (96). Okay, let's say we've got IFR clearance and takeoff clearance, so release the parking brake. Turn on both fuel pumps. Clear final. Clear runway. Okay, heading 96. We'll line up and wait. Also, I'll set our altimeter, which is 3005. And our target altitude 7,000. Okay, so after you take off, we'll fly runway heading. We'll keep the HSI in the middle before switching on autopilot. And we'll use the flight level change mode. After takeoff, we'll turn off the fuel pumps and raise flaps. Okay, parking brake off. Engine's looking good. Looking for 90 knots. .90 knots, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Feet, flaps up. Fuel pumps off. Okay, we'll set nav mode. Flight level change mode. And we'll turn on autopilot. Alright, we're less than 3 minutes away from top of descent, so let's set our target altitude at 2,300 feet. And then we'll wait for the time to start our descent. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start our descent now. Set vertical speed mode. And we'll descend at about 140 knots initially. So now let's descend at 700 feet per minute. Keep our speed under control. So change our altimeter to 2003. We still have a 1 knot tailwind, now a 9 knot left crosswind. Alright, so we're going about 130 knots now as we approach our initial approach fix. With the Zolgo. And after Zolgo, slow to 120, and then aiming for our VREF of 84. Okay, let's lose about 10 knots here for our VREF of 84. Nearing our VREF. Nice valley of trees to fly through. Alright, so raise our flaps. Oh, nicely modeled airport. Not quite on center line, but otherwise pretty happy with that. Okay, let's go over to this building here. Turn off fuel pumps. Okay, give the turbos a little time to cool off a little to avoid cooking the oil lines. Avionics off. Pitot heat off.